Man, I thought the glasses would make me look smarter, but I feel dumber. But check it out. We're here in the smoking section, my man. Soju. I am
What?
Corpse with the Corpse Collection, Monster Beast, Beast Camp. You guys know the deal. My man, Soju. Thank you so much for being here. I was telling you in the green room already. I'm really excited to have you here, and I'm very thankful that you're here, bro. So, peace and love.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. It's cool. I never done this before. I never done an interview before. So I mean, especially for like this kind of interview. I mean, you know. So I don't know how it's gonna go. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, dude, it feels like that every time. Like anytime I've done a pod with somebody, and they're like, "Yo, this is like the first not job interview I've ever done." It's like it's not a job interview either. Like just we're here just jiving.
No, yeah.
Um, nah, dude, I'm like that's actually really impressive because I feel like a lot of people, um, like in the creative spaces are like it feels like almost everybody has a podcast now. So when I hear someone's never done one, it's like, whoa, that's kind of crazy because I feel like we all have one person in our friend group who does a podcast.
Yeah, everyone's slowly like becoming like a streamer a little bit low key, just to like show off everyone's personality. I feel like it's cool. You really get to know people instead of just looking at like a picture or a video of somebody. Get to get a little closer glass lens on somebody's life low key. So I think it's
True.
cool.
Yeah. And so I am very familiar with your work. Like I was telling you, man, I'm a huge fan. But for the people who are listening for the first time, meeting you for the first time, kind of explain what you do, who you are, and then we'll go from there, man, and really jump into this.
Okay. Well, uh, I was formerly a. I mean, sorry. Before I started making crumb music, I started making music around 2015. So I'm not really new to this crump like stuff. I was familiar with it actually. No, you know what? Let me go rewind that. Back in 2008, 2009, I discovered crump, and I did dabble in crump music for about a year, and like in the dance a little bit, and then I kind of fell off, and then I started uh, dabbling with FL Studio a little bit here and there, and then I didn't really get serious about music in general until like 2015. So around 2015 is when I actually started studying the program and really learning the ins and outs of how it works entirely. And then I just made music pretty much, I say every day for a few hours every day. I started off with hip hop as well. So I started off with hip hop, boom bap stuff like that, and I was raving too. So I did a lot of EDM and like house music, stuff like that. And then time goes by, blah blah blah. It's like 2019, 2018. I forgot when like I was like, oh, I got back into crump a little bit, and I've always been interested in the music. I was like, how are they making the music sound like that? What the heck? Um, so I was trying to look online to see if there's like any like how do you make crump? Because like there's so many YouTube tutorials out there like how do you make whatever genre. But when you put crump, there will be a video from like 2007, like it is like 144p quality. You're just like, what did he say? He's like, yo, it's your boy something, and I'm gonna show you how to make a crump beat. All you gotta do is this. And I'm like on my screen, like trying to copy it. I'm just like, it don't sound like what you made, but all right, that's all the tutorials there was. I was like, what the heck, man? Like I tried doing, by the time like 2000, 2008, 2009 to 2009, like the crump sound is completely different now. So like I joined the Facebook group, the Crumpers page on the Facebook group, and then I was just looking around in there, and then I seen somebody saying like, if anyone wants to learn how to make crumb beats, hit me up, and it was Ruga, And then I hit him up and I was like, yo, I was like, I'm trying to make crump beats. He's like, oh yeah, send me some shit. I'm like, all right. I sent him some beats. But this is like, I've been making beats for a while. So like the shit I sent him is like 8-9 years worth of experience. So like I sent him that and he's like, yo, I don't gotta teach you shit. Like he's saying that like I was already good enough to where he doesn't really feel like what he tells me is gonna help me, I guess. And I was like, this is my first crump music fam thing. I don't know. I don't know like what I'm doing. I just joined the fam, bro. I'm just like, yeah, I'm in here, I guess. And he sent me some drum kits and stuff, or some crump drum kits, and then I made some beats, and then I was like a little rank when I got in there, and then like I was junior in like a week or something because
Oh.
I don't know. He's just like you're good, man. Got to bump you up because he's trying to add people. He's trying to add other people, so he bumped me up. But yeah, and then time goes by, I leave the fam, and then I'm here by myself. I do got some little homies, but they are yet to be announced. They are they're in training right now. Well, one of them's in training. The other one is like already pretty good. I'm trying to brush up his like the way he makes beats is very like it's very counterproductive the way he's making beats. So I'm trying to teach him the correct way. There's like correct ways you're supposed to like, do the program, but yeah.
Well, dude, there's crazy enough. A matter of fact, if you don't mind, let's rewind for a second because I don't know if you noticed, but I was taking some notes as you were talking.
Oh yeah.
08, 09. How, who, what, when, where did you start crumping? Like, what was the session? Who brought you around? What was that? Walk me through that.
Oh, well, when I first found discover crump, it wasn't through Rise or Shake City. It was from it was a YouTube video. It said Popping Bridge Crump. Do you remember that? It's an old video. Popping Bridge Crump.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the poppers were dancing to like, the 80s stuff. And then the crumpers came out. And it was like the energy was just completely different. The poppers were just super like mellow and chill. And then the crump was just like super aggressive and just everyone was just like throwing their arms. And I was like, how are they moving that fast? I don't understand. And then the music was just so like aggressive. I don't know. It just something about it drew me to it. I was like, yo, that's dope. And then, sorry. What was the question? My bad. I got a little off track.
08, 09. What brought you around it? Who was it? What was it? Where was it?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, my bad. So yeah, I watched that video, and then I was in Georgia at the time. I was in Decatur, Georgia around that time. And technology wasn't really like, I didn't know where to look for other crumpers. Like I was just doing it by myself. I was just literally looking at tutorials and I was just doing it by myself. I don't know if it was cool or not. I have no idea. But
I know those days.
yeah. A little bit before that though, like I actually knew how to dance a little bit. I used to break dance and pop. So I have some like knowledge of dance in general. So like I just applied that, but with like whatever crump knowledge I was getting from these videos. But yeah, I was in Georgia for a while now. Like I think I was there like 20 years in Georgia. Yeah, I'm in Cali now. Like I moved to Cali and like yeah, I don't remember. I want to say like it was before COVID. I'm gonna just say before because I don't remember when I came here. I'm in Cali now, but yeah, that's when That's what
Yeah, that's fun, man, because in 2008, 2009 was roughly the time I was living in North Carolina myself, and
oh
yeah, that's when my sister, I still remember like sitting in front of the computer and my sister's like, "Yo, you ought to watch this video." Because I was really into popping and
uh,
I was watching old Robert Moraine videos and stuff on YouTube and was like trying to like copy his moves and like trying to like I was trying to like work it out, like you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then she's like, "Yeah, you got to see this." And then it was a J Slot video. And
Yup, yup.
I was like, "Hey, what is this?" And then yeah, I remember like kind of for a little while fumbling through some videos and then found poppers versus crumpers and I was like, "Yo, they actually battle other styles. Like I didn't realize they did that." And yeah, that's when it kind of happened. That's when it all kind of happened for me too. That's really funny. And so you kind of floated around, you know, and then fell out of Crump, and then you fast forward 2015, and then that's when you started making music. Where where did the making music part really is that like is 2015 like when you first started taking like music lessons, or was that something you did as a kid, or how what was that like? Explain that a little bit for me.
Oh yeah. Well, fun fact: my father was actually a music artist, so he showed me. He didn't show me how to make beats, but like I was always at the studio, and like there would be like a APC right there, and I would just start playing with it. I wasn't like making beats or anything, but I was kind of like just like doing little drums and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first thing I ever made beats on was like a it's actually I have one right here.
Whoa.
I
Hey,
made
yo.
there's a little game on there called what's it called? Tracks Pad, and I was making beats on that thing. Uh, it was for fun, you know. I was making beats on that, but like that's like I think that's the only time where I was like actually like quote unquote making beats on.
Whoa.
And and then uh I don't know, I don't really remember when, but it was definitely around my like sophomore freshman year, which was 2008, 2009. Well, that's when I found the FL Studio program. And I wish I had more information about like when like how I found it, whatever, but I found it online. I downloaded it and like I don't know what I was doing. I was just clicking on, so I was like, I have you used FL Studio? Are you familiar with it at all?
I tried once and it was way too advanced, bro.
But like, okay, when you open it, the program, there's just this little thing with like, it looks like little buttons on it. Like I
Mm-hmm.
made all my beats just on there, and like if I wanted to make it longer, I just stretched out the thing, and it would look like you had to like scroll down to make. I was using it all wrong. I was just that's how I was making beats for like a long time. I was like, so yeah, I was just not doing anything correctly for a long time until like yeah, like 2015. I was like, okay, I gotta sit down, learn the program because like I'm trying to actually make something really good. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's pretty much how like it happened from the PSP trackpad little beat maker thing to like also like my dad being an artist and like there'll be like beat machines like sitting around. I'd play with those things, and then like all the way to like 2015. Uh, like that's like the start of like when I started making music, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Like that's really that it seems almost reversed in a lot of ways where a lot of the people that I knew would I feel like they almost hyper fixate on like, oh no, I don't know the FL, because like FL, I know FL Studio is kind of like industry standard almost, right? Like that is like if you're trying to be in the music industry and stuff, like you have to kind of have some familiarity with that program.
Yeah, like actually, it was actually a lot of people were clowning on FL Studio for a long time. A lot of FL Studio users from back then will tell you, like they're like, "Oh, you use FL Studio, you're a little kid, like you don't know shit about music. Now. Like you got to use Pro Tools, which is like it. You can't. It's just like a lot of it was analog. Like they're using Pro Tools because like they'll play something with like they have a mic setup and like the audio would go into Pro Tools and then they would like move it around, like move all the audio around, which is
Mhm.
you can make music like that too. But yeah, FL Studio is kind of like the beginning of like just a new wave of like just is all digital and like you can still you could use FL Studio like Pro Tools as well. Like you could play some analog like guitar or like piano. Like you if you had like a little um synthesizer, you can like have all that stuff plugged in through the computer and like um use it like how you would Pro Tools. But um yeah, like yeah.
Yeah, it's and it's interesting because I feel like so many people that I know like kind of hyper fixate on, well, I don't know FL Studio, and that's kind of like their excuse for why they never make music. But then you were kind of the opposite. You were like, yo, I'm trying to learn how to make music and I'm about to do it on this bad boy, whether I'm doing it, right or wrong. I'm about to figure it out. Like
Yeah.
that's dope. That's dope. That's really dope. Yeah, so you have your first beat making in like hip hop and EDM,
Yeah.
and that's all like around 2015. So, bro, who was poppin' EDM artists back then? Like,
Oh, Swedish House Mafia,
oh yes, bro.
Above and Beyond.
Because I came in when like Dat Sick and Excision had that one collab album, and
Oh
God, what was the song? Swagger. It was just a iconic song for a while. Dead Mouse was a rave back
yeah,
then. Uh,
Skrillex.
yes. Oh yeah, Skrillex started kind of popping out around like 2012ish,
Yeah,
2011.
sorry, my bad. A little like around a little, like 12 to.
I think that's when he popped out, right? But then even then, like I feel like the EDM kind of like hip hop radio craze kind of tapered out, I think like around 16, 17ish.
Yeah,
Um,
it was super about like that 2010 to 15. It was very about just party music,
mhm.
party, party, rock.
Yeah.
Like everything was just party, party. Like just that whole sound was just party. So yeah, the EDM too. I'm trying to think of some other EDM artists like yeah, Dead Mouse. I just started Swedish House Mafia. I was more into like I do like some dubstep, but I was more like a house person, like a house like
Okay.
boom, like like
Who would you say would be your favorite artist?
for house music. That's kind of tough. Like I'm more of a person that's like I like songs
Hmm.
over the art because like I'm really like I know you can't be really objective about music, but I kind of am because I'm like I've always had a sense of like okay, I don't like this song for some reason, and like I really didn't know how to explain it, but then like I just like certain songs and it like didn't even have lyrics in it, but like I just like certain ways how certain things sound.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm kind of more like songs that I can tell you about some songs, like some EDM songs that I like, and as opposed to like an artist. But if I were to say artist, I guess like above and beyond. Like I like a lot of their stuff. Swedish House Mafia,
Yeah.
Dead Mouse. Um, I guess I'll just say those three for now because I
Okay.
can't really think of another. I would have to look it up. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. So yeah.
Yeah, man. There's something I do believe that there's like this almost a hidden bias that you grow once you have like a favorite like artist, you know, that even once they could be putting out some trash and it's like, but you have such a long, like this long committed rapport with them where it's kind of like no matter what they put out, you roll with it. Um,
Yeah, I was never like that. Like I'm like, oh, this fire the fire. What are you doing?
yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah,
I would,
I think even as dan like even as a dancer, you know, it's rough to be like like I'm trying to keep it straight with my boys, you know, and it's like, yeah, bro, like you're a good dancer, but what you just did right now was not good. Like what you did right now, that was not cool. Like that was not cool.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like, and I find like, yeah, I feel like with a lot of musical artists, that gets to be a much trickier type of conversation, and I don't know why. I don't know why that seems weird for people to be like, yeah, I like the artist, but this song he put out was ass cheeks.
yeah. It is. I think the people that are like get it the most are very like in tune with music in general. Like usually I have a few friends that are like they know when they hear something and I'm like, okay, that's not good, but this is. And like
Mm-hmm.
we always like have like conversations about that. But like majority of people, it's like once you I don't know. You know what? Like I don't really know the exact answer for that either. Um
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of like you know what? I was going to say like that I was going to start doing album reviews and I have some notes of like what makes something good and what not. But
Mm.
I'm still working on that. So like maybe I can give some people some insight of like what to listen for. At least I mean at least for Crump now. Like
Can you give us some examples right now? Like what's some stuff you would look for,
oh
like for yourself?
oh yeah yeah I got some notes over here. Hold on, let me
Oh
see.
yeah.
Okay, so you want to okay, hold on. Okay, so I'll give some stuff that's like things when I hear it in a Crump track that's like I don't think that sounds good to me, at least is when let's say a Crumpy is playing and have you kind of looked around for like other Crumpies besides like the main people or not really?
I've definitely had my I've definitely had my time of dabbling around in there, right? Like I remember when Prophecy wasn't like a very popular artist, and then he had some big tracks come out in like 2016ish.
Yeah,
Who else was out there? Like B-Tech, bro. God, who shout
yeah.
out my dude Braze. Jay Styleby, shout out my dude Jay Styleby from New York. Um yeah, there was some definitely some underground music that especially when I first came in, because I didn't know who was who. So I was
Yeah,
just buying
yeah,
everything. So
yeah,
I was like, oh shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, well, let me tell you, I like to dig. Like it's almost like you know how vinyl crate digging, where you just dig in for stuff. Like I'll do
Mhm.
that with Crump music. I was just like, who the hell is Bubble Man? Like it's just like that's not a real person, but it's just like Bubble Man beats or something. And you like look at their tracks. I think it's also partly of like there's not really much knowledge of like how to make Crump music out.
Mhm.
And I want to change that. It's slowly but surely. I'm trying to like get my whole setup going and like editing and all that stuff. But anyway, um, things that bother me is when a snare is louder than everything. Just like the kicks is like put in like it just that kind of like throws everything off, and the kick louder than everything.
Mhm.
Um, also, I might have to go in more detail. Like, there's some beats that I hear. It's like there's not really like a cohesiveness of it. Like, it kind of just there's just sounds in there without any purpose. You're kind of just putting like vocals just to fill out space and not really like, you know, it's not really without any purpose. I'll
Hmm.
probably have to like, uh, clean that up a little bit. Yeah, there's also like when there's too many sounds being played, when it's like, it's kind of like there's no room for the beat to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just so much going on in a track.
That's almost like a almost piggybacking off the one before, because I feel that sometimes in beats there's so much noise and it's like I don't even know where to start as a dancer. and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like yeah, like it feels so beat heavy,
yeah. There's like
almost in a weird way.
5 rhythms going on. You're just like, what, which one do I start with? It's just
Yeah.
a little like overwhelming. You're just like, um, sounds out of key, like
Mm-hmm.
that bit. Like I can hear like the sound. I'm like, okay, that sample and that bass are like they're out of key. Like that little stuff, like there, I'm like really analytical about a lot of stuff. Like that little stuff right there bothers me. Um, what else? Let me see what I got. There's also another. There's a big thing for me, like when the vocals and the tempo of the vocals are like way faster than the track.
Mm.
It's like try to get live. Trying to get live. I'm like, yo, what is it? Like it's not going with the track, bro. Like that shit bothers the fuck out of me. But like this, that's a few notes I have. But
I think I've even thought at times when I've heard tracks and stuff like that, it's like maybe they can sense that there's supposed to be like a pace change here. And so they're
yeah,
using this like hype up to create that for some reason, when no, but no, please don't do that. It sounds crazy.
yeah, man. Like I wish I had some examples of like where I'm like the cohesiveness of like okay, I don't know why you put that sound there. Like that doesn't make sense. Like I heard people make a beat and then like someone's like whistling and then it's like someone put a whistle in there for some reason, or like just dog barking or just randomly through the track. You're just like, why would you do this? Like like what's the purpose of what? So yeah.
That's cool. And I think I I I would personally like to say that, especially in the crump community, but as a community in general, I feel like there's a bigger push for like self promotion and self like ownership of music, and I've kind
Mhm.
of gotten to be a little more privy of how that game works, right? And that's kind of crazy. It's really crazy. um but I think it's good that people who are kind of in the weeds, um because like you've definitely put in your time, right? But you're like still actively dropping out. Like, bro, I just bought a couple things of your work here within the last few months. Like, so you're like actively releasing stuff still, and you're actively still putting stuff out. And didn't
Yeah.
you dropped a drum kit too? Didn't you recently?
I'm I'm I have it. It's like almost complete. I just have to have like a. I'm just trying to like promote it correctly because I want it to be very easy to use and like I don't want anyone to be confused when using it. So and I'm making all the sounds myself. By the way, I'm playing all the melodies and like all the drums and stuff. Like I'm super like you know like equalizer, making the low highs and mids and all that stuff is like correct on all the
Whoa,
sounds,
yeah.
stuff like that. So like, yeah, it's gonna be a drum kit and it's gonna include the stems from the stems meaning like pieces like parts of the all the pieces of all the tracks from my first New Era Volume 1. It's gonna have the songs in it, but like all the parts of the songs into the drum kit.
Whoa,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you hear the track, you're like, bro, oh, that snare is in there. It's
Yeah.
just plus other drums that I made. So yeah, it's coming out. It's just I need to promote it a little bit, and I'm trying to get better at like promoting stuff. You know, I just yeah, I just make the shit. I'm like, I don't know, release it.
Well, you people heard it here first on the smoking section. Get that drum kit. When it releases, it's going to have the stems from New Era Volume 1, right? And all the new stuff, highs and lows, all that mixed, mastered, and done and engineered and cultivated for your enjoyment.
Heck yeah.
My man. That's crazy. No, yeah, bro, that's so nuts because I me and some of my buddies, and I don't know how metaphysical you want to get with me right now, bro, but we'll go here real fast.
Do it.
Um
Do it.
there's something I think very powerful in sound. And for so what I'm hearing from you is you're even more than just a beat maker. You're like quite literally like an engineer. You're creating these sounds and making
Oh yeah.
making stuff. Um
Yeah.
I find it nuts, right? Where I don't know if you heard about the pillars that they found underneath the pyramids.
Mm-mm.
So there's quite literally pillars long. This is Googleable information, people. There's long pillars underneath the pyramids that they have discovered using like this satellite radar stuff. One of the dudes claims, who I guess was working on this project, was that they were using sound frequencies underneath it. For
Mm.
what reason, they don't know. I think that that was what was help power their civilization was sound. And if you look in
Mm.
all kinds of religious scriptures, the Bible is the easiest one. In the beginning was the word, and word like sound, like sound. How do you know somebody's alive in the womb? You check for their heartbeat, right? Sounds. You're searching for a
Mm-hmm.
sound. It's always sound, sound. What makes dancers dance? Sound. Like
Hmm.
it's all sound, bro. So yeah, so I think there's a very odd magic that you guys are working when you're tuning the frequencies in and getting the lows and highs in, and that sound like when you guys have it just right. I think there's something crazy that really happens. It's magic, quite literally.
Yeah. I think everyone has their own preference on what sounds good. Uh, but I mean, there are some little like things where you're like, okay, no matter what, this sounds bad. Like when you have like too much stuff. Usually, it's like when too much things are happening on like anywhere on the frequency range. Like if there's too much bass happening, with like you probably heard some crazy crumb tracks where like the bass is going off, the kick has bass in it, and the sample just everything has bass in it, and just like you'll hear like rumbling, like that's because like there's
Hmm.
just so much crap down here, and like same on the high end. If there's so much high end, like everyone's gonna like ears start bleeding. Like if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So like it's
yeah,
just not too. You gotta level all that stuff out.
yeah, man. It's a science. Truly, I really truly believe that like music making and everything from like, I mean, even the dancing too, right? Like there's just such a alchemy behind it where it's like for like for the dancer, there's such a physical like thing behind it, but then for the musician, there's something literally coming out of their head in such a different way that I just don't like. For you, when you sit down and you're trying to make something, like where does it start for you? Is it like is there like a special corner in the house that you find? Is it that desk? Is it, oh, I go walking on this path? Where does it start?
um. So if I have, I say for the most part, like I can. It's either it can go either two ways for me. Either like I could just be sitting around watching something. And not not every time, but like sometimes I'll hear like I'll be watching something and then like the music will play in the song in like whatever show or whatever game I'm playing sometime. Like I'll hear something, I'm like, hmm. And like I'll just get like a random like thought like that because I just hear things differently from other people. Like I'll hear like I've watched old Tom and Jerry stuff and I'm like, oh, that would be like fire on like a dope like on a dope track. Like I could probably like flip that into something. Like
Mm-hmm.
so I could go either that route or like I could be on the computer, I'll be making some tracks and like it's kind of like you just have a blank canvas and you're just painting and you're like kind of just making shapes and stuff and you're just like this kind of looks like this kind of looks like a tree now. Okay, now I kind of want like a boat on a pond now. Oh, like I want to put people in the like it would just kind of like that's how I would go about it when I'm like making tracks is just kind of like painting a picture and then because there's some crazy tracks that I made. I didn't know I was gonna make that at all. Like I have no idea. I was just like, okay, this sounds dope, and I'll just add stuff on. I'm like, whoa, now like that gives me an idea for something else, and then I'll like, you know what I mean. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
painting a picture to me. So yeah,
That's so funny. It's like, yo, I made some dope stuff, and I didn't know I was gonna make some dope shit like that. Like, yeah, yeah, for real. I was
I
just like,
don't know.
yo.
Yeah, I feel like in Crump too, you could probably like, oh shit, I'm out of material, but I'm still battling. I'll make something up, and you might do something crazy. You
Yeah,
didn't know he was
it's like,
gonna do
where'd
that.
that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've had the pleasure to talk to like other beat makers. There's one of the little homies of my fam right now. He makes beats too, and he's kind of trying to make his way through it. And
Mm,
yeah, it's so wild to kind of because I try to put myself in y'all's position as a creator and kind of like feeling like how you guys are listening to a song and it's like, wait, okay, if I add a little bit of this and then it's like, and then you listen to it and then you keep going. Yeah, and there's always those moments, in the lab and you're just dancing and it's like, wait, like if I need to move like that a little bit more. Oh, that beat right there, I need to catch that a little bit more. And
yeah.
and your dance starts feeling a little bit different. And yeah, that's a really crazy parallel, man. um so when would you have said was the moment when you were like, yo, I can actually really make crump music? Like, what was there like a track? Was there just like a moment? Was there a person that really gave you that? Was it that conversation with Ruga? That kind of made you have the confidence to be like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for right now.
Mm, okay, like I think me having a sense of like, in my opinion, like me having a sense of like knowing what's sounds good and what doesn't sound good, it kind of helped me get better quicker at making crumb tracks. Cause like the first time I made something, I was like, okay, this is good. It took me actually a minute because I was making tracks and I was like, I think this sounds good. I don't know. Like I just showed it to people and they're like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. Just keep sending people stuff. Um it because like I don't know when I make music in general, I'm usually in the mindset of like I could do better, like all the
Mm.
time. I'm always like I can do better than this, and it's a little toxic, but like it's I think it's helped me like get better, like from then till now, like that kind of mindset. I'm like always wanting to be better and get better at something, no matter like what people say, like, "Oh yeah, this is good, bro." I'm like, it's not really the reaction I was looking for, but okay, like, go back to the lab, like, start making beats again. Um, yeah, like I'm trying to think, like, to a point where I'm like, yeah, this track, like, yeah, this is it. I think, low key, I think the track's might not be out. I don't think I put them out because I'm like, they're a little too crazy. They're a little too crazy, man.
Oh
I
man.
But you know what? What kind of solidified? Like, I'm like, okay, I definitely know what I'm doing because like Bravo Domo, he
Hmm.
constantly buys my albums. Like that guy's constantly buying my. I'm like, Bravo's buying my shit. So like,
Shout out Domo.
what does that say? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Bravo Domo's buying my shit. He's like, yo. I remember when I was Jay Ruga, I was like, yo. He's like, yo, Jay Ruga, that nigga type. Oh man, that nigga crazy, bro. And I was like,
My
shout out
man.
to and then
Don't mind
Spartan.
me.
Spartan really likes my music too. Spartan said he thinks my music's fire. So I was like, problem with Spartan.
There you go. Yeah,
Tell me
what
wait.
a
I'm like, y'all can't tell me nothing.
yeah, what a feeling, right? Like to have like some of the goats, bro, at this shit. To really be like, yo, you're like it's one thing to pay a compliment too, but then like, man, shout out Domo. But to
Yeah, shout out.
to purchase the music is a step further too. So shout
Mm-hmm.
out. Shout out. Domo's a real one. Shout out to Domo, man.
Hell yeah, man. I've been trying to collab with him, but I don't think he really be responding to stuff. I think you know what it is. I think he's so man. He's up there. It's just like a lot of people are just DMing him about nonsense. Probably just he just getting all these messages from just everywhere, and he's just like, I don't know. Someone might say something actually like decent in the comments, but he probably doesn't want to look doesn't look through there. So I that's what I'm thinking. It's so many people like trying to contact him for some reason. So I didn't want to make beats with him. Like he made an album with Wildin Prophecy.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
prophecy.
he
Yes.
made an album with him. I was like, what about me? You buy my shit? Like, what's good?
Yeah, if I remember right, Domo is still living up in Portland, and then yeah, Nate is up in either like Oakland or in like Sacramento. So I
Mm,
remember, yeah, I remember too. I was like, oh, that's tight. Like some of the northern heads is getting together and getting some music done. Um,
yeah,
yeah, so it was like it was kind of crazy seeing that happen too, because like man, I mean Domo. I mean, to me, I feel like Domo's always been one of those staple names, but it's been tight to see Wyland Prophecy. The damn, that's how long I've been following his music. Like he's really blown up, man. It's crazy, dude.
yeah,
I really like to see all like everybody in kind of their own journeys and stuff, dude. Like you're seeing you first pop up, and then I was like, oh, he's tight. And then it was like, oh, he's really tight. And then now, bro, I really have to say you're like up there with some of I would have to put you up there with some of the best, man. The Domos, Spartan, um, Morph, bro, Big Ruse,
appreciate
Stako,
it.
God, I mean, damn, shout out Stako. A lot of people Sulfaback.
There you go, yo.
A lot of people sleep
Yeah.
on Sulfabacks, man. But there's a lot of very, very good like music creators, bro. And you've definitely worked your way up there. What's next? What is besides the drum kit? What's
Hmm.
next? What's next on your plate? What do you got coming next? Not even just music wise. Like what is next planned for you? What's your next goal?
So for the year, I have like I'm trying to get my YouTube channel going because I want to bring more people to crump music. I just want more people to know about crump music. Um, I'm working on my YouTube channel because it's gonna be more like crump tutorials. I'm gonna post my beats on there. It's gonna be, I want that to be like kind of like the hub for like crump music creation and stuff like that. I want a lot more people to be like knowledgeable about how to make crump music and stuff like that, because there's no information on like how to make crump music. Like there is now. Like I've seen Playa's tutorial,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's like a lot of people are self-taught in crump, and there's some people that can't really like articulate what they're saying too well. When I saw a Plays tutorial, like since I know how to make music, it makes sense to me, like what he was saying. But like if you're a complete beginner level and you're just like don't know what music is, you just don't know like what tempo is, you're just watching that video, you're gonna be confused. Like you're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know. So like I kind of want to do the very basics of like just crump engine. I did make a YouTube tutorial like how to make beats already. Um, People did like it and stuff like that, which is cool. Um, I'm gonna post more videos about several other things in crump music, like melodies and whatnot. But that's pretty much that's one of the things I want. I want to grow the YouTube channel and like have more people like come in outside of crump from other music genres come in, because like there's really good beat makers out there outside of the crump world. Like
Mm-hmm.
y'all think Bravo and Spartan are crazy. There's some crazy beat makers out there. They just don't know what crump music is. They don't know what crump is. Like I want to bring like crazy people into it so we can get better music and stuff like that. So I want to like show everybody like how to make the beginner to advanced, like how to make crump music. Because honestly, when I first came in crump, like I didn't, no one taught me. Like Ruga taught me maybe like how to do the swing on the the um the crump music, but he didn't sit me down and teach me everything. I was just emulating everybody. Like I was in proximity with him, so I was kind of like, I'm in the Ruga fam. I gotta be like, I gotta not sound like Ruga, but like, you get a weird like sense of like I kind of want to like be one with the fam. So like I kind of want to have that sound too. So like I was kind of
That
emulating.
identity.
Yeah. So like I was emulating him, but I can emulate several producers because that's how I would learn how to make stuff. Like I would just like, okay, let me listen. Okay, the beat's going like this. Like I would just emulate a bunch of people. That's how I was learning. Um, oh man, I'm going on a tangent. What am I saying? What was I saying before? Oh, yeah. So, um, yeah, when I was first learning how to make crumb music, there wasn't that much knowledge. Like from day one, I figured it all out myself and just emulating and then studying like what the crump sound is, because like before it was just sounding like hip hop to me, which there is a little different. There is a bit of a nuance between the hip hop and crump, which I will go into on a tutorial on YouTube of explaining like the difference. It's very little, like because there's actually hip hop that exists right now that is kind of like almost crump, but it's not at the same time. Like A-rap music, like
Mm-hmm.
A-rap music is kind of like we're almost there, and like Swiss beats,
Swiss
we don't
beats.
give getting on the floor. I was like, that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
crumpish, but it's not at the same time. So like there's a little bit of a nuance I want to explain to everybody about that. But just to teeter more on the crump side, I had to figure that out because I was like, it was literally right under my nose. I was like, oh, all I have to do is turn this up, turn this over like this, and then now it's crump. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just aggressive, like turn the drums all the way up, but like make sure it doesn't blow out anybody's speakers, and like
Mm-hmm.
the grit to it, and like the definitely like the offbeat is a big part of it, like the just like that's where you get all that dragging and like that swing from. So like those little things is what to me is crunk. So
Hmm.
yeah, like
That was a wild ride just to watch you go on right now talking about the music. That was fun. That was insane. Yeah. Yeah, we need that. Cuz I think I think every dancer should have some level of music making knowledge. I would love to be able to sit down behind a keyboard and have someone literally show me like, no, this makes this sound and this does this because I have no clue. So yeah, I'll
yeah.
definitely make sure to send me the link to your YouTube, man. I'll make sure to subscribe.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I got
Um,
you.
yeah, but brother, before we check out tonight, man, I want to again say thank you for coming on the show, dude. And yeah, dude, it was a pleasure. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
But if you got any wise words or jewels for the people to drop before we sign out, let them know
Oh,
your handles, social medias, all that, and we'll call this bad boy a wrap.
right now I only have a YouTube channel. I'm working on my social media. Like I Instagram is annoying and like got locked out of my account for some reason. I don't know why. I'm trying to fix that, but I it's just my YouTube channel is just it is Soju Crump. And if you look up like how to make beats how to make crump beats in 2025, I think is what I named it. Let me double check. Uh yeah, learn how to make crump music in 2025. If you look up that video and then Soju Crump, it I should show up. I have a little like evil looking dude with a hood on, and that's like my whole like you know my thing for the crump music stuff. But right now I just have a YouTube. I'm also on Facebook. I'm just Soju Real. That's me. Uh Also, I have a few drum kits coming out. I will keep releasing it. Hopefully, the first one does well because and then I can constantly like, you know, if it does well, I can keep putting them out. Um, a word to the new beat makers that are coming out. I'll, I just think y'all shouldn't worry about your sales. Just keep putting out your music. Um, it's not that it doesn't sound good. It's just that you're not popping like that. That's all it is. It's that you're not popular. Like I have a my first album actually I believe it blew up because Tie Dyes and Davi like there's a video of them battling. Well, Davi battled Tie Dyes to my track. I feel like that is why my album blew up because like the numbers on that album are super high compared to my other stuff, and everyone keeps playing the Big Bang track. Everyone keeps playing that one track, and I'm like, there's other tracks, so they're that crazy, but whatever. Go ahead, Crump World. But yeah, keep releasing your music. Don't feel sad that no one's really buying it. It's just no one really knows who you are, and like people like to latch on familiarity. Was that word familiarity? Like people like to latch on just like what everyone else is doing. Like, just keep putting it out. Someone's gonna dance to it. Just make sure it's good. Whatever, make sure it's good. But yeah, like that's all I gotta say.
For sure, man. Well, brother, again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna send you a DM right now. Again, thanking you again. And yeah, brother, everybody, Soju was up in the smoking section. You guys, my boy, I'll holler at you soon.
All right, later.
You guys, that was Soju. Oh my god, that was amazing. Listen, check out his music, check out his work. He's definitely bringing different sound and just a different like. And when I say different, I first came into Crump when Big Ruse, Morph, and Playa was like really, really bringing a heavy, very like dark gothic sound to Crump, and that was like a wave. Um, this has been a little bit different. Um, I feel as if back then the music gave the dancers a scapegoat. The beats were really heavy sometimes. There was too much noise. It was a little chaotic, and I feel like if you were a beat killer, you kind of got away with it. His music has a balance that's not only rich for the ears, like you can just listen to it and not be like, yo, this is way, way, way too crazy. But it really gives the dancer space to live and let live inside the beats. Check his music out, check his YouTube out, all of that. As you guys always know, I hope you guys have a good day, week, month, year, life. Until next time, corpsecollection.com.